Good evening. My name is Dominguez-Blum, and my short film is titled Echoes of Us. In short, the film goes over the awkward last events of a failing relationship. The idea behind it was to show that not all relationships fail through arguments, altercations, or abuse. Some may just end through a failure of communication, falling out of love, or never having had a spark in the first place. The two characters are originally partners at the start, but end the film separating almost fully. There was no real inspiration for this besides my own experience with the relationships, though none of which were drawn from to create this film, and this was really just the first idea that popped into my mind when introduced to the initial prompt. The planning, script writing, and storyboarding were all done by me, but there was no location scouting, fortunately, as I already had a place in mind, and my friend, one of the actors, was perfectly fine with me using his duplex to record. Surprisingly, there was a little challenge as both actors were better versed with acting than I anticipated. No obstacles arose, but I was excited to see how well my close friend Nolan, who played Jamie, performed and even improvised. Most of the change with the vision was done through his improvisation, actually inverting the dynamics of the characters. Originally, Luca was supposed to be more open, more conversing, the one who was carrying much of the relationship, maybe much of the exchange. But Nolan, who played Jamie, reversed that. He made Jamie the one who was more verbose because of his awkwardness, which played well. As aforementioned, there were plenty of improvised parts. I had my little brother, who is in school for acting, and therefore stood by my side with director input as I recorded everything. Nothing was improvised due to any issues whatsoever, however, and working with all of them was very rewarding in and of itself. There was plenty of synergy, especially with the help of both actors actively being in a relationship, so the dynamic was already there. The camera work was mostly done by myself, but I had plenty of pointers from Nolan and Maddox, my little brother. Nolan has been recording things for around a decade now, starting YouTube channels in middle school and starting off college as a media arts major, so I felt pretty comfortable with my entourage. There was nothing I was particularly proud of, besides perhaps the watered-down, depressive feeling tone of the visual recording. My primary lesson was certainly preparation time. We did this all within a couple hours on the last day of the week due to scheduling conflicts today, Sunday. Cody, who played Luca, worked every day of the week. My little brother wasn't even in town until Friday, and Nolan had school and work alternating until the day. So, it shaped my experience, though, in a way that I could learn from being completely unknowledgeable in this field to knowing where I need to improve. I lacked conviction, which led Nolan into a lot of improvisation. Struggle with that word. But because of that, my original idea was altered in a non-negative way. It didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I wanted there to be more emotion, more power behind the words, but at the end of the day, I am still pleased. These are newer actors, relatively, so they don't have as much classical training as my little brother does, but it was nice to have everyone there. It felt good to, it's like a nice family bonding. Nolan, Cody, and Maddox were absolutely a pleasure to work with. I have known Nolan for damn near a decade now, and my little brother, of course, my whole life. So it was pleasant to see a new side of them after all this time. My advice: let your actors act. Being the characters you want them to be doesn't have to be so oppressive. You don't need to micromanage everything they do. It can be a pleasant, superfluous event that can welcome dynamicy. But most of all, have fun. Make sure to smile, to laugh, especially when filming harder-hitting films.